Good morning, my bows and bow ties. This is the Black Opinionated Woman, also known as a bow. So, my niece oftentimes says, Auntie, when I get older, I want to live in a house like yours. I want to do blah, 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 blah. Now, she will be graduating from college next year, okay? And then also, my son, who's a junior in high school, and when I get older, I'm living in a nice house, I'm going to do this, that, and the other. And so when I hear people make statements like that, I'm like, okay, so let's talk about it. So for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. Go ahead and just like it already. Now, I'm telling you this because I'm amazing. Okay, I just want to get it all out there. Just go ahead and like it. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can get more content from me. Now, getting back to what I was going to say. My niece and then my son or whatever, when they make comments like that, I'm like, let's talk about it. So, as a black woman, or melanated woman, I like to talk to my kids, or kids who look like me, especially family members, of course, because, although we have some people in the family that have done well and that type of thing, but generally speaking, as a collective, our kids don't think that far ahead, right? They think about what they want, but not necessarily how to acquire these things. And it's normal, right? I mean, the youth want the instant gratification or whatever. So, when I'm talking to them, I said, have you considered a career in one of the STEM fields? And so, oftentimes when I talk to kids who look like me, they don't want to go into STEM, and I still can't figure out why. I mean, especially if you have family members who are in these STEM career fields, right? Such as myself, my husband, maybe one or two others. My niece who made the comment, her mom is a nurse, my sister. So I think about that, and I'm like, well, technology is not going anywhere in the future. And so I always say, you may want to consider having that as a minor or having it as a concentration within your major. But the way we are looking, the way we are moving right now, you need to have some sort of technology background. Now, let me just say this. There's always going to be a group of people that can get around it. But I'm just saying for the average person, and not to say that my kid and my niece are average, what I'm saying is not everybody's going to be a unicorn. So I always try to encourage black kids, brown kids, whatever, to consider having any form of technology be part of their major. My niece chose not. I mean, she's doing business or something like that. The interesting thing is, my son is in a program at high school. It's an engineering program, and he's doing fine in the program, but I don't think he loves it. So I'm kind of like, well, what do I do with this? He's actually pretty decent at it, but he doesn't seem to be all that thrilled or moved by it. But what I find interesting is that he comes to me, he likes to talk to me about why he hates going to high school and the education system is so bad, and he likes to talk about world affairs and all of these social justice topics. And so when he's, and then, let me just say this, he's also in a financial literacy class too, right? I have a point. And it's interesting because this class, he's getting exposed to a lot of things. Now, he turned 17 this year, and he's been working since last year. I made him start his little IRA, it's cute, there's not that much money in it, but he understands he has to invest his money. So I told him, I said, look, when you're talking about living a comfortable life, I'm like, now granted, I am working. There's a period of time when I didn't work, but I am working. I'm like, there were sacrifices that were made, okay? There were sacrifices that were made so that I could be in the position that I'm in today. And So, if you're wondering, I'm letting you know, I am not wealthy, but we do okay. So, explaining this to my niece and to my son, I said, look, let me tell you something. In order to arrive where we are, right, there's some work that has to be done. And I said, oftentimes, I shouldn't blame it on black youth, but I'm speaking with a level of specificity. I'm like, black youth, they want that instant gratification because they are constantly being bombarded with, let me just be on social media. I'll be a social media star, or I'll be a rapper or a baller. Now, I know I threw out a bunch of stereotypes, right? But they're not seeing other examples, okay? They're thinking the only path to being a businessman or businesswoman is through a rap star, or being a rap star, or being some sort of entertainer, and then I can go into business. So when I was talking to my son about possibilities, I said, look, you may want to consider going maybe into finance and going into investment banking and understanding economics, because that actually, I think, gives you like a bachelor's of science degree or something, right? Because if you're studying like economics and finance and stuff like that, you got to study systems, world systems, okay? That's a type of system, and understanding how money works. And so you're probably going to be taking statistics classes and that type of thing. I said, you may want to study economics, and you may want to study finance, like, or have those be part of your business concentration. I don't know, maybe double major. I think the biggest thing was, I said, look, you want to be able to position yourself. You want to be fully self-supporting. Now, I personally chose an engineering career field, but you know what? I don't even think you guys heard a single thing I said. Oh my gosh. You know what? I think I'm going to end this and start all over.